What's good, guys? So I'm talking about Lightning Overdrive format, and I'm talking about a specific tech that's been going around that I think is really good. It's a very old school card, and that card is Breakthrough Skill. Yeah, this is very old, and I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I promise you, I'm not that crazy. This card is actually really good, especially if you're gonna play a slower deck or a trap deck. But let's get on with the effect, just for the people that don't know. Target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That face-up monster your opponent control has its effect negated until the end of the turn. During your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you could banish this card from your graveyard, then target one face-up effect monster your opponent controls. That target has its effect negated until the end of this turn. So there's been other cards reminiscent of this card. The closest one to my head is probably Lost Wind. But Lost Wind is different from this card because Lost Wind can only hit special summon monsters. So let's get in with the cards that it's actually going to hit in Lightning Overdrive format and why it's so good and the few interactions that I've seen with this card. So first, right off the bat, the two big decks that I believe are going to see a lot of play this month is probably going to be the Tri-Brigade deck and then the Drytron deck. Both decks actually now, the way that they're playing it, they have a lot of monsters that Tri-Brigade always had a lot of monsters that if you negate, their plays stop. And now because Drytron has Diviner and a few other cards in their combo, they can also be susceptible to effect negations. But so all the little Tri-Brigade monsters have trigger effects, banish from the graveyard. They'll first stack their graveyard and then they'll try to banish their graveyard to link summon. Breakthrough skill hits that, so that's good. The interesting thing is after you go first and you break through skill one of their little monsters, they might still get to revolt because the matchup is going to be grindy unless you're playing a FTK deck or a combo mirror. It's going to be grindy. They get to their revolt, say that happens, then they're going to activate their revolt on you to summon Shurag. Well, guess what, now you have your breakthrough skill that you just used on them last turn and it's in the graveyard. Shurag's going to try to banish a card, and breakthrough skill can be chained and negate Shurag as well. So you're getting max value out of it. I would love to play Lost Wind, but because Lost Wind only hits the special summon monsters, you just get more value because you have the chance, because they're going to be normal summoning a lot of monsters. You can hit these little monsters that are going to try to link summon from the graveyard. So that's a key point to breakthrough skill. You're getting double value out of it, just like in the past formats where Lost Wind saw a lot of play. Another thing, Diviner. Just because Drytron, all the Drytron main deck monsters resolve in hand does not mean that there's not key points to hit. You can hit Diviner of the Herald. This is essentially a copy of Ben 10. And you can also hit their new XYZ, which is essentially their Union carrier. It'll give them third piece. I think hitting Diviner is definitely better. If they open with it, you definitely just hit it with any kind of effect negation you have, because, like I said, a lot of their effects do resolve in hand. But the fact that you have good targets to hit with breakthrough skill is always nice, and now we get the overlap that I always mention. And one other card that's really good against, that sees play in a bunch of different decks, is Zeus. So say your whole entire field gets blown up or something, and Breakthrough's just in there. Now Breakthrough can deal with the Zeus on your turn. Or say you use Breakthrough skill and then they summoned a Zoo monster and still got to the Zeus. Guess what? Breakthrough's just chilling there, ready to negate it. So I think Breakthrough skill is very underrated. I definitely recommend trying it, and I definitely think it's going to see play, especially in the slower decks. Decks like Pure Zoo, decks like Eldritch, that even in Tri Brigade, if you can fit these traps in, because I think you have such a big advantage because these matchups are not going to be won right away. And then Breakthrough Skill also does things in the other matchups from the decks of this format. Breakthrough Skill can hit Alistair, they can hit any of the Dragon Links, the Guard Dragons. There's things to hit, and the fact that it gets double value out of it is so good to me. I really expect people to catch on to this tech. I think it's going to be really good this format, especially because Tri Brigade is going to be so popular. And I think that interaction where if you go first and you can hit a normal summon, and then when they get to their revolt and they think everything's safe, you can negate the Shurag as well. I think Breakthrough is really good. The fact that it can do something in almost every matchup is insane. So this is the tech that I wanted to share with you guys. You guys, let me know what you guys think about Breakthrough Skill. And guys, it comes in Ultimate Rare, so that's always sick. If you guys have those, that's kind of sick. I have a copy of mine. So stay tuned for more, and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think about this tech. And I'll definitely come out with more techs like this.